Mr. Clerk. Mr. Magic Finder, Mr. Clerk. Okay, Ms. Clerk, City Council Office, please come to order. Ms. Clerk, call the roll.
Vice Mayor Robert Garcia here.
Order up on the dais. I know it's a tough thing.
I'm Ed Campbell of the City Manager's
Councilmember
Office.
Susan Lowenthal.
Just want to say hi.
Councilmember Gary DeLong.
Casey.
Councilmember Patrick O'Donnell.
Here.
Councilwoman Jerry Shipsky. Councilmember Dean Andrews. Councilmember James Johnson.
Is this for anything particular?
Councilmember Al Austin. Councilmember Stephen Neal. Mayor Bob Foster.
Oh, okay.
Here, thank you, Ms. Clerk. We will start as our custom with a moment of silence, followed by the flag salute led by Councilmember Johnson. He's here. If he doesn't get here, we'll have Mr. Andrews do it. So if you'd all stand for a moment of silence to give reverence to that which you think is important, please remain standing for the pledge. A moment of silence, please.
Would you please put your hand on my heart? Please repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, just a couple of announcements. Item 18 has been withdrawn. The presentation by C.C. Gillian will be canceled and will be rescheduled for a future date. We do have a pet adoption, do we not? Okay, we have Julie Pruitt from our SPCA, our great animal rescue. Another little dog. Huh?
The big ones are so hard to carry.
Puppies. Puppies are the answer. Like you get these miniature animals.
Well, it's different. It's a Chihuahua this time. It's always a Chihuahua. It's always a Chihuahua. Yeah. So this is Trudy. Trudy came to us at the shelter as a stray. She seems really sweet. Not one of those like shaky Chihuahuas. She's pretty easy-going, super happy, cute little double chin, really cute. So she's only about a year old. So. Just a nice little girl, likes other dogs, loves cats, loves to go for a walk.
Not a yappy.
Not a yappy Chihuahua. She's actually pretty decent for a Chihuahua, huh? It's really sweet. So again, her name is Trudy, about a year old, pretty easygoing, doesn't need a lot of exercise or requirements, so just a nice, maybe an apartment dog. Her number is 13-00147. And our number at the shelter is 570-7722. Again, her number is 13-00147.
Okay, thank you very much, Julie. This is, see if you can find Trudy a good home. She is a sweet little dog. Yeah. So we've had a great success right here. Her name is Trudy, right?
Yeah, Trudy.
And she's about a year old. She needs a home. Hope you can find it in your heart to do that.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. So short hair, Mrs. DeLong. Okay, we have a couple of presentations. I'd like to turn this over to Councilmember Andrews. Mr. Andrews.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight I'm very excited, because this is truly an honor to be here to recognize Mr. Leon Martin. Mr. Martin, excuse me.
Hey, guys.
Mr. Martin has lived in the 6th District of Long Beach for over 60 years. Although he's originally from Alabama, on July the 6th of this year, he turned 99 years of age. And, godly, and that's something you don't see often, especially in the 6th District. Usually 102. Mr. Martin is a pioneer in the transportation and a revolutionary for his human rights. He was the first-class black man to be hired by the International Railroad Company. Unfortunately, he was later dismissed after he was married to a white woman. During the days that he drove the trolley, Mr. Martin quoted that the white people would throw the money from the fare on the ground by him instead of handing it in because he did not want to touch the black man. Of course, he would then take the change, pick it back up, and holding their hands and smile. Leon is retired from the tour bus, retired as a bus driver with over 1 million miles on the road, and he has not received a driving citation in over 47 years. He is a member of the New Hope Baptist Church, where he sings in the choir. He has 5 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren, 5 great-great-grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, and 99 years of age. He still works as a handyman, carpenter, and drywall. And most important, he has a girlfriend by the name of Dorothy Thomas. It is a pleasure for me to be Mr. Martin, it's a pleasure for me to shake your hand. I'm 99 years of age. Man,
How are you?
you know what?
Congratulations. It's a pleasure.
This is a proclamation from the mayor himself here.
Turn
Like
it
this,
this
turn
way.
it around.
Put him in the middle.
Oh, get there.
Yeah, come on down.
Just some good look.
Come over this way. Just tip it that way.
Yeah, to the side just a little. There we go. Well, okay, look at the camera, please. There we go. Okay, thank you.
And you know, I just like to say, Mr. Martin, he just said, I think in 99, you almost, you're making your 100, right? He said he drove to Las Vegas by himself.
9 more months, I will be 100.
Simple things, go ahead. You can talk all night if you like it.
Let everybody else go home and not yours. I'll take over. In 9 more months, I will reach the age of 100 years of age. I drove tour bus twice a week to San Francisco, Sacramento, and Las Vegas until age 88. I would have stayed longer, but the company went belly up. No, the passengers did not know my age, the company did. By me driving with the same record and passing my physical every year, they never bothered about it. No one bothered me because I passed my physical every year and never got a citation. 47 years without a citation, 50 years without a fender bender. So, and a million plus miles behind a wheel of a bus besides my private driving license. I turned 99 2 months ago, and I drove to Las Vegas to celebrate my birthday. I want to thank the council for inviting me, and I appreciate everything, and I will cherish forever. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr.
And,
Martin.
by the way, I took a tour of the place, and I invited some of the staff I met. I invited them to come to New Hope Baptist Church on the 4th Sunday of the month to hear me sing. So that goes from Mayor Forrest. All the council come to New Hope Baptist Church on the 4th Sunday to hear me sing. Anybody in the audience, come to support New Hope. Okay? Thank you very much.
I'm afraid you asked what he did in Vegas.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what you're drinking, Mr. Barn, but I'd like to have some of it. You are a wonder. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, we have some hearings we're going to go to. Hearing item number 1, clerk will read.
This hearing involves financial management with the recommendation to receive supporting documentation to the record. Conclude the hearing and grant a retail entertainment permit with conditions on the application of Randy and Kelly Foster doing business as Fingerprints at 420 East 4th Street in the 1st District.
We need an oath, correct?
Yes.
Will all those who intend to give testimony in the matter of hearing item number 1, please stand and have the clerk administer the oath.
Do you and each of you solemnly state that the testimony you may give in this cause now pending before this body shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Ms. Frick.
Erickson will provide the staff report.
Thank you, Assistant City Manager Frick. Mayor and members of the City Council, before you tonight we have the recommendation to grant our first retail entertainment permit with the City of Long Beach. Just a little bit of history. Some time ago, Council initiated some additional measures to provide opportunities to businesses. One of those action items was creating a retail entertainment permit to allow retail to make entertainment more accessible to them. Fingerprints is our first one out the gate to do so. Tonight we have Rand, I see him up there as well. We had fire, we had police look at it, and we're really happy with how we've come up with this plan for them to be successful as not only a retail establishment, to have entertainment at certain times as well. And with that, staff stands ready to answer any council questions there may be.
Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I first just want to thank staff for, I know they did a lot of hard work on this, and this is actually, like Mr. Sun said, this is the city's first retail entertainment permit. It's actually something that we're excited about. There's obviously key differences between this type of permit as a regular entertainment permit. What's exciting is that what this does for Fingerprints is it really allows them to do some more of those kind of small venue entertainment programming that type of venue really needs for the clientele and for the community. So we're hopeful that once this goes through, there'll be other opportunities for other establishments to also follow suit. And this actually came out of a series of pro-arts legislation that this council adopted just a few years ago, and so it's good to see that this is being adopted. So very supportive, and again, thank you to Rand for everything he does on 4th Street.
Okay, well,
I'll make the motion.
That's where I was going to go. Moved and seconded. I'll take public comment. Any member of the public wish to address council on this item?
Hi, I'm Rand Foster from Fingerprints. I just wanted to take a second and thank you for developing a program that I know is outside the norm for these kind of permits usually. It really means a lot to us, and I appreciate the consideration and that you guys are open to the idea. So just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, please come forward.
My name is David James. I represent the Villa Apartments Association, building that's in back of Fingerprints. I just received this notice a week ago. I'm objecting to the fact that I only got 1 week's notice. I don't know, secondarily, I don't know what is a retail entertainment permit. I don't know what that is. As I said again, I represent the Villa Apartments Association, which is directly behind that establishment right there that I see in the picture. I request more time to evaluate what is a retail entertainment permit, and with only 1 week's notice to show up here.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia.
No, I just wasn't sure if Mr. Sutton maybe wanted to kind of comment on some of the brief key differences, and they're pretty significant, maybe just briefly.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vice Mayor. First, to follow up, typically our noticing requires 10 days advance notice, so I'd have to drill down further to determine when the noticing was received by the constituent. More importantly, getting back to the retail entertainment aspect, retail entertainment permits are specifically set aside for businesses that already have a retail business license, so their core business is retail. In this case, it's a record store. The entertainment aspect is secondary to their core business, and in the case of Fingerprints, they'll be doing entertainment like a music hearing, like a musical venue for an opening of a new CD that's being distributed. It's very small pieces of activity in relation to their main retail activity. So that's the best way I can describe it. So to kind of let the constituent know, we have conditions set up that the entertainment can start between the hours, or can be conducted between the hours of 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. However, many of the instances that have already been occurring at Fingerprints have been for 45 minutes or an hour, and in his current operations, he has stopped entertainment by 10 p.m. as well. To date, we have not received, my office has not received any complaints based on activity. That doesn't mean that there can't be complaints for activity that does occur, and we encourage, and I'll make sure the constituent gets my phone number to communicate those concerns if council was to approve this item. Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Members on the motion on hearing item number 1, cast your votes.
Councilmember Andrews, thank you. Motion carries 9 votes yes.
Okay, hearing on item number 2, clerk will read.
Hearing 2 involves the Public Works Department with a recommendation to receive supporting documentation into the record, conclude the hearing, and adopt a resolution confirming the Bixby Knolls Improvement Area Annual Report and continuing the levy of assessments for the period of October 1st, 2012 to September 30th, 2013, and authorize the city manager to extend the agreement with the Bixby Knolls Improvement Association for 1 year. This is in District 7 and 8.
No vote. Ms. Frick.
Mayor, members of the council, Mike Conway, the Director of Public Works, will provide the staff report.
Mayor Foster, members of the City Council, the Bixby Knolls Parking and Business Improvement Area Annual Report and Plan before you this evening describe the proposed activities and budget allocation. The plan proposes no changes in the basis or the method of assessment, the area boundaries, nor proposed activities. To continue the assessment of the levy, state law requires that a public hearing be held on the proposed program and the assessment. And at the meeting of September 4th, 2012, City Council reviewed the assessment report and set today as the hearing date. State law further provides that protests may be made orally or in writing at this time. If protests are received from area business owners representing 50% or more of the proposed assessment, the City Council shall not levy the assessment. At this time, there have been no protests received. Staff recommends City Council receive supporting documentation of the record, approve the resolution confirming the Bixby Knolls Business Improvement Area Annual Report, continue the levy of assessment for the period October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2013, conclude the hearing, authorize City Manager to extend the agreement with Bixby Knolls Business Improvement Association for an additional year. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Austin, anyone?
I move to accept.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any member of the public wish to address the council on hearing item number 2? Please identify yourself.
My name is Blair Cohn, 4313 Atlantic Avenue, from the Bixby Knolls Business Improvement Association. First of all, I want to thank you for the continued support from the 7th and 8th District Council members and staff, also the City Manager's Office, Public Works, Mr. Sund, Development Services, all of which have helped us to keep the momentum going in Bixby Knolls over the last year. We had over 70 plus new businesses open up or relocate to Bixby Knolls in the last year, and this number far exceeds the number that had either moved or closed up completely. Our new businesses include the new Wilmore Wine Bar and our new cooking school that will be open this Friday. Our work plan projects continued this year, and we improved both corridors. I have some fast facts. Approximately 30 facades have now been painted through our Special Projects Fund, with more in the queue. We are still working with property owners to replace all of the overhang lighting and in front of the facades from San Antonio down to 36 to keep the district well lit and safe. We had a new landscape to properties on Long Beach Boulevard. The BIA clean team goes out 2 to 3 times a week to pick up trash and remove graffiti from light poles, signs, and trash cans. We also partner with the Cal Heights Clean Streets team to stay on top of these issues. We received our administrative use permit for the Expo Arts Center and had another full year of art, theater, and community events in the building. Then also the groups using the building provide sweat equity projects that improve the interior with paint, lighting, soundproofing, and other aesthetics. I think the most satisfying moments this year were the 3 articles about Bixby Knolls that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. Also being able to throw a party for a 340-ton rock on Atlantic Avenue where thousands of people attended. Plus, we have businesses celebrating their first, 35th, 54th, and 60th anniversaries in the district. That's something to be proud of. Our monthly events and programs remain very strong. Our Strollers weekly walking group have now walked the equivalent of mileage from Long Beach to Salem, Oregon. Our Literary Society is on our 55th book. Our Supper Club takes us about 1.5 years to start the cycle again, where we go to a different restaurant every Monday night and fill up the restaurant, now making our 3rd pass on this. Our community happy hours hold steady with a great attendance. It's a mix of resident and business owners, and we have a great speaker series. Of course, we have First Fridays. It's our art walk that has grown to become the event at Bixby Knolls and drawing attendees from all across the city and more. The businesses benefit with the foot traffic on those nights, and we're using art and music to activate the district that way. Of course, our 7th annual Dragster and Car Show had another great year featuring the Legends of Lions drag strip and the fire-ups from the vintage dragsters. We held 3 concerts in the parking lot from July to September. We have a local restaurant and its parking lot play